The Pasig River flows through the middle of Manila, dividing the city into the north and south sections. At the mouth of the Pasig River is the Intramuros, the historic colonial section of Manila. This is the Intramuros, Spanish for within the walls. Also known as the Walled City, this was considered Manila during the Spanish colonial period of 1571 to 1898. The Intramuros was the center of government, education, commerce, and religion. Construction of these defensive walls was started by the Spanish colonial government in the late 16th century to protect Manila from foreign invasions. Guarding the old city was Fort Santiago. This large stone gate is all that remains of the original Fort Santiago, considered one of the most famous historical landmarks here in Manila. Not only did Fort Santiago serve as the primary defensive structure for the capital city, it also served as a barracks for Spanish soldiers during Spain's colonization of the Philippine Islands. Later, Fort Santiago served as a notorious prison. Much of the Intramuros was destroyed near the end of World War II when the occupying Japanese forces made their last stand against Allied soldiers and Filipino guerrillas. The Battle of Manila in 1945 destroyed churches, universities, and government buildings, most of which dated back to the Spanish colonial period. Many important structures were rebuilt or repaired here in the Intramuros, including the Governor's Palace and this, the Manila Cathedral. This is the minor basilica and metropolitan cathedral of the Immaculate Conception, the church home to the Archbishop of Manila. Known simply as the Manila Cathedral, it was first built in 1581, made of wood, bamboo, and palm branches. That structure burned down within a few years, and it was replaced by a stone cathedral. That version was destroyed by earthquake, and so it went over the centuries. This is actually the 8th Manila Cathedral that has been on this site, completed in 1958 to replace the version destroyed by aerial bombings near the end of World War II. Over 2,000 years ago, the man known as Jesus of Nazareth was born in the small town of Bethlehem in the land of Judea. His extraordinary life, brutal execution, and miraculous resurrection from the dead attest to the truth of his claim to be the only Son of God. This is the story of how Jesus, through the lives of his faithful followers, has become known around the world, impacting all of human history from the 1st century until today. This is Drive Through History, Ends of the Earth.